Today we're going to be speaking about the heart chakra, which is the mother of all the chakra centers. The heart chakra, of course, is the seat of the soul, the seat of the soul, the seat of the true I, the one without a second. And so let's speak about this in relationship to Kundalini. And, just so this is not simply theoretical, I'm going to invite you to close your eyes and bring your attention, your awareness to your heart, if that's not your normal resting place. And I want you to hear what I just said. Bring your attention to your heart. So most of you, your attention is in your mind. And so we have to journey down into the space of the heart. But for some of us who live in the heart, we don't have to journey anywhere. We just smile. And so I'm going to invite you just to notice, is it a struggle to come into my heart? Do I know my heart? What is the direct experience of my heart like? Is there pain there? Is there heaviness? Is there walls? Is there division? Am I carrying an old grudge or argument with somebody there? Like, do I experience love fully and completely in this moment? And so just noticing what comes forward. And this is not a time to judge oneself, or compare oneself, but just to notice. Is my heart open? Is it open? Does it feel tender and luminous and bright? Or is it burdened with pain or heartache or despair or any of these things? And if there's heartache here, I'm going to invite you simply to breathe and to feel what's here. To feel what's here. To begin to trust that through feeling is healing. Through feeling is healing. Through feeling, we begin to let go. We begin to let go. And as you let go deep in the heart, the walls of the heart melt and radiance can shine. And so in relationship to Kundalini, Kundalini tends to get in trouble in the heart because our heart is closed, just like with any chakra center. Kundalini is a force that wants to flow, that wants to create, that wants to infuse whatever container it's in with a dynamic, radiant, intelligent, creative force. And so for some of you, Kundalini comes into your heart and it just hurts, or it feels pressurized, or it feels tight or tense or fearful, or we feel as if something from the outside is attacking us. And so I'm going to invite you just to reflect on this as well. Like, in my heart, am I connected to my human emotional nature, which feels rejection or fight or flight? And in relationship to Kundalini, this would be a fight against God. A fight against the evolutionary force of creation. And just from a basic place of wisdom, I'm going to invite you to see that if you fight with God, you're probably going to lose. It's probably not going to go well. And so then the heart has a choice. Can I surrender and open and trust? Or am I going to stick with what I know and just keep fighting? And again, it doesn't take much intuition to know the way forward. And so for many of us, this invitation or this doorway, this evolution from being connected with our human emotional heart and coming into the recognition of our radiant divinity and Buddha nature, the stepping stone to go from an emotionally insecure heart that's been beat up by life to realizing that you're a Buddha is love. The doorway, the path is love. Is love. The path is trust. It's a warm, trusting love. And for some of you who are stuck in trauma, heartache, or despair in the space of the heart, I invite you to see a little child there, and can you meet them with love? And so this is how we heal. If there's something that's holding on, it's fighting and resisting, we meet it with love. We embrace it. When you embrace and love a child consistently, love blossoms and trust blossoms. Love and trust blossoms. And I want you to feel into this. Do you trust that it's okay to open, to feel, to feel, to feel? And so the heart is going to ask for some courage on your part to make this step from living in the egoic heart to the divine heart. So going from conditional love to unconditional love requires that we are willing to feel pain and suffering and meet it with love. Meet it with radiance, meet it with luminosity, meet it with compassion. This is how the human body, the human nervous system heals. This is how it learns to trust. As we support the places within us that don't trust, we meet them with love. We meet them with love. And love can be a gushy, radiant feeling, but love also has a fearless quality to it that isn't so gushy, that says, yes, I see the way forward. And I'm willing to be with, to allow, to embrace what's here. And as you do this, your heart chakra grows. It grows. Your experience of the heart chakra grows. You start to experience intimacy with all of life. Intimacy because there's no walls. Walls are made through resisting and through fearing, feeling. Through fearing, feeling. The unconditionally loving heart is not afraid to feel and experience anything. For love is a universal quality. It's an inclusive quality. It does not have walls. It has no walls. And so anywhere there are walls, love walks in that direction, includes it. And as walls melt, energy flows. Energy flows. And so I encourage you, you're welcome to stay with your experience if you want. You can open your eyes if you want. And the majority of the questions I get around, Kundalini and the heart chakra have to do with pain. As people feel heartache. And when we feel heartache, the heart chakra closes. Just habitually, naturally. And so what Kundalini does is Kundalini comes into the heart chakra and it floods it with light. And sometimes when that light turns on, you see, oh my gosh, there is so much pain in my heart. There's so much heartache. There's so much trauma. And if you align with your egoic nature, your emotional heart will say something like, I hate this, or I don't want this, or I can't handle this. This is too much for me. This truth is too much for me. This light is too much for me. And in this moment, the ego is speaking the complete and utter truth. This light is too much for the ego to contain, and this pain is too much for the ego to contain. And so in this moment, you have a choice when you come to this crossroads. And the choice is to fall on your knees and to cry and to grieve and to let go of the limited egoic capacities that you have and align with that which is greater, your true heart. You have to put down that which is known, your fight or flight response. So you surrender this, and out of fear or exhaustion or just say, I don't know what to do anymore, just being utterly crushed by the pain, you let go into something greater. And you discover, oh, there is something greater here. There is a love that has no end within me. There's something here that's outlived all of life. Every painful experience has been outlived by this brilliant heart that I am. And so you have the choice to fall on your knees and surrender and melt. Admit defeat from the perspective of the ego. I cannot do this. And as you put that down, you become flooded with this presence that can do this. And of course, that presence is your true nature, your Buddha nature, Christ-like nature. But most people, they don't do that. They fall on the knees and they say, I'm going to hold on more tightly and tensely, and I'm going to scream and kick and shout and blame God for, being mean or whatever it is, not giving me the life that I want. And again, if that's you, if we look at, well, like say someone is in utter pain and they're screaming and they're in like just total victim mode. One of the most healing things when someone's in total victim mode is to validate their pain, to acknowledge, yes, it is so painful. It is too much what you've been through. It is so much. It is too much. But while you're validating that pain, it's important to know that there's something greater here as well. That life is too much for the ego. And the good thing is God gave us a true heart that can outlive this pain, that does outlive this pain, that lives from lifetime to lifetime and beyond. And you can't just say that to yourself. You have to connect with that which is higher and bring it into that which is lower. And if you cannot do that, it is very, extremely helpful to have a relationship with God. This is where a lot of Buddhists get in trouble, a lot of, atheists or non-believers, they don't have a personal relationship with God. You have people who are too strict in their non-duality. And if your egos, you come to the realization your ego can't get through this, it's not enough, but you're unwilling, or you cannot find your true nature, it can be helpful to call on God, to have a relationship with God. I'm going to say this, to have a friend in Jesus, to have a friend in the Buddha, They have a friend in, the saints or the angels or, the dakinis or, the heavenly Buddhas, whatever it is. It's important because through the doorway of faith, it can also help you make this leap out of ego into something greater, can kind of guide you forward. But the ones who, are purely Zen-like and, they start the path with their ego against God, their super ego is going to burst through the doorway of heaven. Those are the ones that take forever. We need to have love. We need to connect with love. Whether it's connecting to God the Father, God the Mother, God the Dakini, green Tara, white Dakini, I don't care. It's something greater than your own egoic identity. And so the heart forces us through the doorway of pain to either reach within and find true nature or to reach outside of us. Not to other humans, because often other humans let us down, but we reach to the source. If you reach to other humans, they must be more evolutionary, they must be more advanced on the path. They must have big, shining hearts, like a good healer, a good teacher. But ultimately, the whole point is for you to connect directly to the source and to find the source of love for all. And as you find it in God, it awakens in your heart and you realize it as your own heart. As you find it in your heart, you see it everywhere in life. And you experience intimacy with the 10,000 things. The 10,000 things. You see yourself. You see divinity and radiance everywhere. It's through the doorway of love that we discover this absolute strength and power and fearlessness. So anyways, that's a little bit about the heart chakra. I hope you are able to reflect on your inner experience and your inner relationship with the heart, being open or closed, where it is closed, where it's stuck. And of course, this is why healing is so important, because if Kundalini cannot shine through the heart center, I'll say this, you're doomed. And by that, I mean, you're going to be stuck. You're going to be like a truck in the mud. The wheels are going to be spinning. We need the heart to open. We need it to open. We need to know about healing. Through healing, we open and we liberate the veils, that veil our brilliant consciousness.